I'm having a lot of trouble figuring out how to say what I want to say. I went through something almost 4 years ago now. So September, October would be 4 years ago. That I usually tell people I had a mental breakdown and I got my mental health back. And I'm writing a book about this right now because it's seriously, potentially going to change the way psychology is done. But and I know probably most people are not even going to see this video, which is why I don't give a shit. I actually know the cure for schizophrenia and multiple personality disorder. It's not a real thing. They don't understand it. They think they understand it, and it's not a real thing. So, yeah, I figured that out, and I am, again, writing a book about it, and I can probably actually help, like, millions of people with this information, and I can also help people, number one, get their mental health back, stop being a victim to everything that's happening in their lives. I choose to work with women. And the reason for that is that when anybody in any kind of therapy role, if you are a woman and you're giving therapy to a man and it starts to work, almost inevitably what happens is the man will fall in love with you or become obsessed with you. And I don't want that problem. I don't want that drama. Happens the other way around too. Women fall in love with their therapists all the time. And the reason for that, psychologically speaking, is that you, as the therapist, are showing them that you understand them and showing them love and care that they've never experienced from anybody else in their entire lives. And they're like, oh my gosh, you must love me. And just, they fall in love with the idea of what they think you are and who they think you are, not who you actually are. And not that either of you is a bad person, I'm just saying that that's what usually happens. So there's a lot of things that happen when you do this work that can be misconstrued as negative. Like when I started doing this work, within a month, I realized that my happy marriage was not happy and I was married to the wrong person. Like we were married for all the wrong reasons. And I awakened to that. And so, like, how do I even tell people that? How do I tell you that, fuck, nobody's even watching this anymore. How do I tell you that as a woman, if you start working with me, you're going to get your mental health back. You're going to like, love, trust, accept, respect, and protect yourself totally, completely, and unconditionally for the first time in your entire life. You're going to love yourself. You're going to love who you are and let that beautiful, beautiful woman out completely. How do I tell you that? And then that you're probably also not going to want to be with your husband anymore. You're going to say, well, shit, this relationship is wrong for me because that relationship was serving the old version of you and not the current version of you. So, like, seriously, how do I say that? How do I say that to people and still get them to actually want to freaking, work with me or get me to help them? How do I say that? I'm putting this as a story and not as a post, and it is what it is. It's 3.5 minute long story, but I'm just afraid to talk like that. I'm afraid to talk like this in a post that, God knows where it could go, and then people like, I'm not going to pay you to ruin my marriage. What the hell? Like, it's not ruining your marriage necessarily. Like, maybe it is for him because he's not going to have you to push around anymore, but or to tell him what to do, because in my situation I was his mommy basically. But you end up so much fucking happier. It's not even, like, I can't even describe it. So